Hello everyone and welcome to another Our Touch Tribe Academy Key Stage 2 video. Today we are going to be continuing on from our previous lesson of column addition, and this time we're going to be looking at how we do column subtraction. Remember, you can pause the video at any time if you need a little bit longer to work out the questions. We're going to start simply by looking at a 2-digit take away another 2-digit number. So we have the problem 47 minus 24. Now to solve this, the first thing I want to do is make sure that I have lined up my numbers into the correct place value columns. So I'm starting here by writing an H for hundreds, T for tens and a U for units. So now I've got those, I can fill in my digits. So in 47 we have 4 tens and 7 units. Now it is a subtraction problem, so I'm going to be making sure that I put my takeaway symbol here before I write my next number. So in 24 we have 2 tens and 4 units. Once I'm happy with how I've laid out my problem, I can put my line underneath so that I can begin doing my working out. Now when we do our working out, the first thing we always want to make sure we do is start with taking away using the column to the right. We always start with the column that is furthest to the right, exactly the same as column addition. So in this one, we have 7 take away 4. Okay, nice and easy, 7 take away 4 gives us the answer 3. Once I'm happy with my answer for the units, I can move over into the tens column. I now have 4 tens take away 2 tens, so that will give me the answer 2. 2 tens left. I haven't got any hundreds, so I'm quite happy there that I've got my answer. The 47 take away 24 must be 23. This time we have a 3-digit number taking away a 2-digit number. Okay, but nothing changes. We still want to make sure that we line them up in the correct place value columns. So I have 3 hundreds, 9 tens and 8 units in the number 398, and I am taking away the number 72, which there are no hundreds there. So I'm going to start here in my tens column with 7 tens and 2 units. Okay, I'm happy with how I've laid my problem out, so now I can begin my subtraction. Remember, always starting with the column furthest to the right. 8 take away 2 would give me the answer 6, so I can move over into my tens column now. I've got 9 tens take away 7 tens, so I would have 2 tens left in that column, and now I've got my hundreds. Now I've just got the number 3 here. There are no hundreds in the number 72. If you feel more comfortable, you can fill that in with a 0 to help you remember that you're not taking anything away. So now I've got the problem 3 take away 0. Well, the answer is still 3. So 398 take away 72 would give me the answer 326. Moving on now, we're going to look at how we do a subtraction problem when we need to regroup. I'm going to begin in exactly the same way. Okay, so we've got a 2-digit take away a 2-digit number, so I'm going to begin by looking at 4 tens and 2 units minus 1 10 and 6 units. Okay, so I've begun in exactly the same way. The tricky part now is when we look to our units column, because we have the sum 2 take away 6. Now I don't have enough units in my top number to be able to take away my bottom number. So what I need to do now is regroup. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to look into the next column to the left. So that would be my tens column. Okay, I do not have enough units. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow a 10 from this column. So at the moment I've got 4 tens. So I'm going to cross that out because I'm going to borrow 1 from those 4 tens, which would leave me 3 tens. So I'm going to fill in a little 3 there to remind me that now I do not have 4 tens. I have 3 tens in the tens column and I've borrowed 1 into my units column. This should hopefully now make it much easier for me to do a takeaway sum, because now I have 12, which was the 10 and 2, 12 take away 6. I can do that. It would give me the answer 6. So once I'm happy with that, I can move on into my tens column. Now remember, I don't have 4 tens anymore. I've got 3 tens, take away 1 10. So 3 take away 1 would give me the answer 2, 26. Let's look at another example of using 2 digits where we need to regroup during a subtraction. So I'm going to start in exactly the same way. 63, subtract 39, and I'm going to make my room for my answer. Now once again, I've got the problem 3 take away 9. There are too many units in my bottom number to be able to take them away. 3 take away 9, I can't do. So once again, I'm going to need to knock next door into the tens column, and I'm going to borrow from the 6 1 of their tens. Now the 6, because I've taken one of the tens into the units column, is just going to leave me 5 tens. So I'm going to draw a little 5 there to remind me that I've only got 5 tens left. Now my problem should be much easier because I've got 13 take away 9, which I can do. 13 take away 9 would give me 4 left in the units column. So when I'm happy with those, I can move over into my tens. This time, remember, I don't have 6 tens, I have 5. So I'm going to be doing 5 tens, take away 3 tens, would give me 2 tens. So my answer to 63 take away 39 would be 24. This problem is a 3-digit number take away a 2-digit number, but the regrouping is going to be in the tens column this time. Feel free to pause the video here if you'd like to try and work out 218 take away 94 before we go through it. Fabulous! If you had a go at working that out, you can watch the video now to see if we got the right answer. Okay, we're going to set it out in exactly the same way. I've got 218 take away 94. Remember, there are no hundreds in the number 94. I'm going to put my line ready to do my working out, and I'm going to begin in the units column as always. So 8 take away 4, nice and simple. I don't need to regroup, would just give me the answer 4. Once I'm happy with that, move over into your tens column. Now 1 take away 9, I've got 10 take away 90. I can't do that. So what I'm going to need to do is knock next door to my hundreds column and borrow 1 from there. So I'm going to take 1 from the 2, which would leave me only 1 left in the hundreds column. So looking back at my tens, I have 11 tens take away 9 tens. Now that's much more simple. I would do 11 take away 9 would give me the answer 2. Once I'm done with that, I can move back over into my hundreds column where I've got only 100 left. Remember, if you're not sure about your place value, you can always put in a 0 to remind you. So now I'm going to be doing the sum 1 take away 0, which would give you the answer 1. So 218 take away 94 should have given you the answer 124. Well done if you paused the video and had a go at that. This subtraction problem is a little bit trickier because we're going to be regrouping in both the tens and the units column. So I'm just going to begin by laying out my sum in exactly the same way. I've got 112 take away 38. Okay, for something like this, it can be tricky. We've got 2 take away 8. Now I can't do that. So instead of doing 2 take away 8, I'm going to make this 2 12. I'm going to borrow 10 from the tens column. Now there's only one 10 there, so I've borrowed the 10 into my units, but this 1, now that I've taken 1 away from it, becomes 0. So I've got no 10s left in this top number. But I have got 12 take away 8. So 12 take away 8 I can do nice and easy, would give me the answer 4. Now let's move into the 10s. Again, a little bit tricky because I've got 0. 0 take away 3. Now that is quite hard. I can't do that. But what I need to remember to do is make sure that I look into my hundreds column, okay? I always look into the next column. There is 100, so I can borrow that 100 and put it into my tens column. Now that I've taken the 100 away, there are no hundreds left, but I do now have 10 tens, which is that 100, okay? 100 is 10 tens. So now I have them in the tens column. That makes it a lot easier for me because I can do 10 take away 3 and get my answer 7. Fabulous. Now, in the hundreds column, we actually now only have 0 hundreds. We began with 1, but because we've borrowed it into the tens, we have no hundreds left in the top number, and we didn't start with any hundreds in this bottom number, in the number 38, okay? It's a 2-digit number, there were no hundreds. So I get the answer 0 take away 0 is just 0. I don't ever start a number with a 0, okay? So that's actually not needed. We can just look at the number 74 for our answer. So 112 take away 38 would give us 74. Right now in the video you can see a 3-digit number take away another 3-digit number. We've got 327 take away 139. Okay, we're going to lay that out in exactly the same way. 327 take away 139. Now you can pause the video here to have a go at working that out by yourself before we go through it together. Good luck! Fabulous, well done if you had a go at this tricky sum. We're going to go through it together now. So to begin with, we're going to look at the units column. We've got 7 take away 9. You can't do that, so hopefully you remembered to knock next door to the tens column. We're going to take from the 2, 1 of the tens into the units column, which would leave us just 1 in the tens column. So now I've got the number 17 take away 9. Hopefully you got the answer 8 and found that nice and easy. Once we've got the units, we can move over into the tens. Now again, I've got the same problem. 1 take away 3, I can't do. So I'm going to look into my hundreds column to see if I can borrow from there. I can because I've got 3 hundreds. So I'm going to borrow 1 from the 3, and the 3 is going to become 2 hundreds because I've got 2 and 1 making 3. So now in my tens column I've got 11 tens take away 3 tens. 11 take away 3, I get the answer 8 again. Fabulous. Once I'm happy with that, I can move over into my hundreds column. Now I've got 2 hundreds take away 100, nice and easy. 2 take away 1, 1. So hopefully you did get the answer 188 for that problem. Thanks for watching and well done for working so hard on your column subtraction. If you'd like a little bit more practice, you can follow the links in the comments and have a go at some of the worksheets there. Well done again, and we'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye!